Alright, what's up guys? So Xenoshot, he has uploaded, this is the video that when I had reacted to the last video, that comedian off up in, it looked like it was like a club or a bar, regardless, cutting up. And yeah, he was referencing and talking about this video, so I was like, you know what, yeah, let me go ahead, check this video out, see what it's all about things. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Xenoshot. But yeah, this video is titled, Comedian Loses Her Mind on an Audience Member. And yeah, that's just something that you don't do as a comedian. It's like, yeah, I get it. There's going to be at times where people upset you. You cannot show no anger. It's like, it's something where it's like, okay, you have to make them angry before they make you angry. So, but let's go ahead, check out this video.
This is the last show of my. Look me in the fucking eye. This is the last.
So imagine you're a comedian hosting a comedy show, and while talking to the audience members, one of them says something you don't like. Maybe they call you out, throw an insult, a jab. The natural response would obviously be to make a joke out of them,
Yeah.
roast them, use them as material. I mean, that's kind of what
I'm
a comedian...
like, fam, my thing is this. I'm going off on your hairline. I'm say some stuff. I'm like, bro, you got like shotgun barrel as nostrils. What else would I say? I'm like, your body is shaped like a question mark. Like I don't even know what that means, but and that's the thing. I would say stuff that makes not one bit of sense, but when you hear it out loud, it's they like, how many times you get told that your body is shaped like a question mark? I'm like, and it's like, fam, you're built like the number 8. And I'm like, it's one of those things where it's just you hear things like that, and it's like, okay, bros, they step outside. I'm like, see, I made you upset now, so that's what my intentions are. I'm like, yeah, that's one thing about it. I get into it with people, I'm saying things that's going to hurt. All right, so anyways,
does, right? Find humor in any situation, tell jokes, make people laugh. But today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most
like, she looks
uncomfortable
deranged.
comedy clips that's been going pretty viral recently, where the comedian took a slightly different approach. Her name's Natalie Cuomo. I don't really follow comedy much. I've never heard of her,
Man,
but she, to put it simply, absolutely lost her mind on an audience member.
I actually want you guys to be better friends. So do we is our first time hanging out outside of the office?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. What? Wow. Who's the idea was it? Oh my god, I love it! Okay, wait, what? Oh my god, I love it! Okay, wait, what made you want to ask him? Huh?
Why are you making it sound like we're a couple?
Oh my god, don't get scared.
It's not my fault. It's not material.
What?
It's not my fault.
Oh, it's not that. Wow, it's not that. Look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now if
Well,
I
I
wanted.
can roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing.
Dang. I know he heard him saying that she ain't got no material, and it's like, and she probably don't too. She's just up there just trying to improvise, drag stuff out. Dang, that guy, he's like, you could tell he's one of those people where it's like they tell him like, bro, you should be a stand-up comedian, and he's like, no, he's like, I don't like being the center of attention. And they're like, okay, well, let's go to this club tonight. Like, well, we're gonna try to convince you, but yeah, let's go to this club tonight. But yeah, they don't be like going off on people and things like, yeah, we can sit up front, they're not gonna say anything. Out of nowhere, she decides to like, oh, I'm gonna perform at this club, and that's her thing. She just be talking to random people and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's something where it's like, and I think if I ever do go down that route of being a stand-up comedian, I am going to try out like 2 different methods of where, yeah, I'll say things with the crowd, and if not that, then I'm like, okay, then I'll just be up there talking about my stuff, or talking about me and things, because yeah, I feel like I got enough. I feel like with me just by myself, yeah, I have enough material to go and do like a whole tour or something. Maybe not like a worldwide tour, but like, yeah, some major cities here and there and stuff. But yeah, that's just the thing though. It's like, as a comedian, you gotta write that stuff down. You gotta either type it out on your phone, do something. But anyways,
I see.
So this is
She's
pretty
really
much the
upset.
context to the meltdown that's about to ensue. She's doing some crowd work, making some jokes at the expense of some of the audience members, and this specific audience member playfully gives a roast back at her, which is pretty acceptable in my opinion. I mean, if you're doing crowd work, you're talking to people and
Yeah.
roasting them and whatnot, so it's only fair that they can respond and give you more material to make jokes off of. That's kind of the whole point of crowd work, right? And watching it, this guy doesn't sound malicious or anything in my opinion. There were some tweets on Twitter calling him a heckler, but that wasn't the case at all. That makes no
I
sense.
feel
'cause
like a heckler is when the person in the crowd, they just start randomly blurting out and yelling out random stuff and things. But like if the comedian is talking to me, and then obviously I'm gonna respond, and it's like however I respond, that's how I respond. But yeah, a heckler, I don't think I wouldn't call him a heckler. I would say that he's somebody that I don't know. Like he like I say, he just, I don't think he likes being the center of attention, and then him being put on blast. And yeah, he has a way of responding to where it's like, okay, like I don't want this to go on any further.
Considering she was talking to him.
Oh, it's not that it. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now if
Well,
I
I can
wanted.
roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing. Is that not loud?
I see. So you were afraid because you felt like I was saying you're gay.
I can take the mic if you want.
It's okay. He's your new friend.
I will say this, like, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There's so many people that came together to be supportive and amazing, and you're putting negative, no, look me in the eyes, you're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my fucking, look me in the fucking eye.
That is crazy.
It's the last show of my fucking weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that.
As you could see, a very smooth.
She went from like, no, it's one of those things. It's like it ain't even 0 to 60. Like she went to like 0 to 300 in like 2.5 seconds. Like, ma'am, it's not that deep. Like talking to the guy, yeah, it's like bro. Like that's one thing about stand-up comedians is that they're gonna look for people in the crowd and they're gonna start talking with them. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, just like I guess like to hurry up and have it where it just like speeds on and you don't have to like conversate with them no more. Like like give them like one word like questions and all that, and then yeah, but tell them like I don't like being the center of attention. Like I don't like being put on the spot like that. If they continue on, then I guess like yeah, if you warrant them, then say what you gotta say and do what you gotta do. But and then talking with her, it's like, fam, you don't get upset over no stuff like that. Like, come on now. Like, you went from being a stand-up comedian to somebody in the comment sections upset at whatever. And it's like, bro, come on now. You went from a comedian to a commenter. Like, come
way
on.
of handling
like,
someone
bro,
who hurt your feelings at a comedy show. Just have a complete and utter mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Don't clap back with a joke professionally like a
Talk about
comedian.
look me in my
Just
eyes.
lose your mind on the audience member. My God, the fucking cringe is off the charts. I honestly feel kind of uncomfortable watching this. Holy shit. Like, how are you going to do crowd work and make jokes at the audience members and then be this sensitive when
know.
somebody responds back? Why do crowd work at all if this one
and
little
all because he said that you don't have no material? It's like, yeah, that's crazy.
jab is enough to push you over the edge and turn you into this emotional mess? That's another thing. I've noticed that crowd work seems to be the staple of 90% of comedy shows now. Whenever I see a clip on social media like Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot, it's almost always crowd work. Like, what happened to actually coming up with funny material and routines?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, because with me, it's like, my thing is this. If they said that I had to like go up on stage and just only I could talk about myself, like I cannot talk about the crowd, I'm like, fam, I have stories about myself. I have stories that involves me and my friends, me and my family. I'm like, I could even have it where it's like if I'm talking on topics where it's like, okay, I won't like like pinpoint out a crowd member, be like, oh, you look like the type that, no, but it's like I'll ask them, I'm like, hey, are you guys into gaming? And then if the crowd's all like, yeah, we're like cheering and stuff, I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk on some video games and crap. And I'm like, and it's one of those things where it's like I think I would I would say stuff like that. I know that they can't. If you get upset because I say you look like the type of person to like rage quit and throw a controller across the room, down, like, fam, you get that, you must do that for real. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, it's just, yeah, I would say things where it's like, okay, I know they're not going to be upset, but if they get upset, that it's like, okay, yeah, you're pretty much this woman, you're easily irritated and sensitive, and it's like, fam, you don't need to be out in public if you're gonna be carrying on like that. But
it seems like most comedians nowadays are forcing crowd work so they can clip farm on TikTok rather than actually come up with quality, funny comedy. And I know exactly why it is. It's because crowd work clips are usually the ones that go the most viral. I mean, this clip just proves my case. But the thing is, not everybody can actually do high quality crowd work. Not every comedian can do it, and clearly this lunatic shouldn't be doing it. This forced clip farming crowd work meta fucking annoys me.
It's the last show of my weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't do that.
She thinks they chanting her name. Honestly, them people, it's like, yeah, they all left up out of there. If there was like a poll thing saying, do you think Natalie is crazy? I guarantee, and I promise you, it's gonna be like 93 to like 7%, and the 7% is gonna be from like it's gonna be from people that can't recognize crazy, but everybody in that crowd thinks she's a straight up nut.
You can leave.
Wow.
You can leave.
Levitate.
Leave! Can I have a drink, please?
You couldn't even look me in your eyes.
What?
You couldn't even look
He couldn't look me in the eyes now.
That is insane.
What's your sign?
Yes, my sign.
Taurus.
My sign Aquarius.
What does that even mean? Her being a Sagittarius? I'm like, fam, no. My thing is this. What she needs to do. There's this place that you can go to, and there's a nurse there. Her name is Miss Ratchet, and you might find yourself sitting next to a character named Cheswick, and he might be screaming about some cigarettes. But overall, if you know which movie I'm referencing and talking about, that's where she needs to be at. Yeah, she needs to be sit next to him. She needs to be sit next to Christopher Lloyd. Who else? The one dude that would sweep it, and he was helping out Jack Nicholson and stuff, for a little bit in the movie and things. Yeah, she needs to be like maybe on that top part where they had like the electric treatment going on. But I'm like, yeah, lady. I'm like, yeah, you definitely that one that flew over the cuckoo's nest. Like you flew far and beyond. Yeah, that woman, she got some serious issues. I'm like, you don't need to be a stand-up comedian if you're gonna get that easily irritated by somebody in the
I
crowd.
was texting his friend. It's so cute. You can leave too. I won't be offended. LOL, what a fucking clown. I did warn you I would get kicked out. Man, she is sensitive, especially for a comedian.
I mean,
Talk about holding your composure. I'm not even
she's
exaggerating.
like that. That's going to be like the whole show. Just her talking about that guy. Like that's insane. It's a 7-minute clip, but I'm like, yeah, I guarantee it. I promise you, like, yeah, for the rest of the show, it just had to have been everybody just kind of sit there like, okay, let's just sit still. You know how like when you're out in the wilderness and you see a wild animal, and you are like, okay, if we don't move, it won't see us. Blend in with nature. Like that's what that crowd is doing right now.
This clip is 8 minutes long, and 7 minutes of it are her wandering around the stage, drinking and trying to recoup after this traumatizing audience member. I mean, wow. The only thing cringier than the temper tantrum has to be the crowd mindlessly clapping and laughing despite not a single joke being said. Like, that audience member...
They're fans of her. It's one of those things. I guarantee and I promise you, if you ask random people on the street to tend to her show, that's the thing. replace everybody in that crowd except the guy that she got into it with just random people, everybody's gonna be looking at her like, fam, what you got going on? Like, all he just said was that she didn't have no material. Prove him wrong. Show him that you have material. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, lady, you're definitely, yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like, you better hope your fans come to this show, or like if I'm one of them like club bookers, I'm like, yeah, are your fans tending to this show? Like, do a poll on Instagram. You got over 1 million followers. Do a poll on Instagram and ask them, are they tending to this show? If there's more that says no, then yes. You gonna have to find another spot to perform at, because you ain't gonna have it where people give me a bad review because you done snapped at them. So
Juan, when it gets to you this much as a comedian, and a lot of the comments seem to be agreeing with that, though the opinion is actually generally pretty split on this. Oh god, I love every second of this. You've definitely gained a new fan out of me today.
Yeah.
She proved his point. She literally chucked a tantrum on stage instead of kicking them out. Seems unhinged and extremely sensitive to me.
And that's the thing. I know people will probably be all like, what would I do if I was a comedian and somebody said that I ain't have no material? Prove them. That's one thing that I've always been about, is when somebody says that I'm not going to achieve anything, I don't respond to it. I don't acknowledge it. I just go out and do it. So, like, for an example, people said that I would never hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's like, it's one of those things where it's just, you instead of wasting your time being like, oh, well, I'm gonna talk with this one person, that's what they want you to do. So, like, they want you to, like, maybe that's what the guy's intentions were. He wanted to be the center of attention, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna go off on this, or say this one thing about this comedian, because I know how she could get in, because this probably isn't her first time going off on somebody. I guarantee and I promise you, if we look hard enough, there's probably like that one video after this went viral, there's probably that one video that came out afterwards, like, oh, here's that same comedian going off on these people and stuff. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's, she should have reacted how she did. It's like, lady, prove that man wrong, continue on with the show.
With that reaction, this feminine energy of wanting to scream and not hold back is what we need in the world. Yeah, except if you're a comedian, shouldn't you try to be funny?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be making jokes? Like, is that a hot take? I also came across this clip while making this video of how another comedian responded to a heckler, and spoiler, there's no temper tantrum meltdown.
I can't think of this guy's name, but yeah, I've reacted to a few of his videos before. He is one of the most unfazed comedians that I've ever seen. You could say something about him, you could talk about him, he's like, and that's okay, but this is what I'm gonna say about you. Flips the I think he was that same dude. He called the one girl, she was heckling him, and he called her Kamala Harris, and the girl she broke down in tears and started crying. And I'm like, fam, are you serious? That's what I thrive for, though. Where it's like, yeah, somebody's trying to start some stuff with me, flip it back on them, and then they just start crying over it. And I'm like, yes, thank you. That's what I wanted. So,
what did you say? Do you think that's supposed to hurt my feelings? Saying I'm not funny? Okay, if I could see you, all right, let me see. Okay, oh, the person from Germany doesn't like the Nazi jokes. The Germans, historically known for being patient. They don't got no comedy clubs in Germany. What's the material gonna be like at a German comedy club? Knock, knock, who's there? Doesn't matter, open the door. Why did the chicken cross the road? He was following orders. Yeah, no, so that means I'm funny.
He told two of the most, like, not like, it's not corny like how he went on about the joke, but just like the start of the joke, like, yeah, knock knock and why'd the chicken cross the road, like two jokes where it's like, yeah, that probably would have worked in a comedy club back in the 1950s. He just told that, ended it off on perfect. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Night and day situation when it comes to him and then that other comedian.
I'll give you one more try.
That's it? His shirt is like, no, that shirt's fire though. Like if they had like a hoodie version of, not like a button-up hoodie, that just seems, but I'm saying like a normal hoodie, but still with like Scarface. Yeah, I would rock that.
All she did was re-release the first album.
Yeah, shout out to this comedian. His name's Troy Bond.
Yeah,
A pretty
yeah.
stark contrast from the previous clip. And unsurprisingly, over on Instagram, she actually disabled her comments on her post.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
Seeing people was agreeing with that guy or just being like, yeah, it's like you like, man, you spent the next few minutes walking around not doing nothing. So you proved the guy right. You don't have no material. But yeah, and you're relying. My thing is this: go up there, don't say anything about the crowd. Literally, just tell your life story. If people are laughing about it, fam, then you have material. If not, then it's one of those things. I'm like, maybe you need to find a new profession. Probably this video is my reaction is going to go viral. She's going to see my reaction. Now I'm gonna have to participate in what that guy did. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm like, it's one of those things. I'm like, okay, lady, back up before I spray you with a fire extinguisher. Cause yeah, right now you're on fire, and I'm like, you need it, but not in a good way. It's in a way where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be an equalizer or a neutralizer, whatever the word is, but I'm gonna have to calm you down, because the way that that's one of those, because I know people probably would ask me, what would I do if I was that crowd member and she was all up in my face yelling and stuff. I'm like, okay, you need to back up, lady, because I'm like, for one, you ain't gonna be off up in my face yelling. I'll mess around, throw a drink at you or something. I'm like, yeah, so I ain't gonna put hands on her, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let you have a little cough attack with some whiskey down your throat and stuff, because yeah, like, that's crazy for her to be off of. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, she shouldn't have did that. How she reacted, it's like, nah, lady, you need to relax. It is not that deep and it's not that serious. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, I probably would have got kicked out of the club too. I'm like, it probably had been a thing where security had to stand me up and walk me up out of there, because I'm like, okay, now that I ain't got you this upset, I'm like, okay, you want to get off up in my face and yell? All right, you know what? No, probably wouldn't even throw a drink in her face. I'm like, because that's immature. That's the immature side of me. Mature side of me, now I'm gonna get you to cry. I'm like, that's what my intentions are. I'm gonna definitely start saying some stuff about you now. I'm like, yeah, you want to yell in my face? I'm gonna give you a reason to yell in my face.
Don't know. You could be in comedy and have thin skin like this. Yeah. Be this sensitive over crowd work, like not even a heckler. And I don't think reacting like this can ever be good for your comedy reputation, especially in comedy where it's the last place.
I guarantee and I promise you, whoever owns that club, he'd be leaving her messages on red. She was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. Like, do you have time to squeeze me in? He's like, nah, like we gotta paint the walls in there and stuff. And she was like, wasn't it a brick wall? He's like, yeah, there's like this treatment that you got to do the bricks where you take like nail polish remover and it adds life to the bricks. She's like, I just looked that up. That's non-existent. He's like, then on top of that too, like, yeah, I'm selling the club. Like, you gotta contact this other guy and stuff. Like, whoever owns that club, he's like, nah, don't want no parts.
For sensitivity,
want no parts.
Take this video as a lesson to keep your emotions in check, or else deal with the consequences.
What's your sign?
Yes, my sign.
But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more juicy videos coming soon to the channel. And let me know what your thoughts are on this
she missed a couple of anger management classes.
I think this was a huge, uncomfortable overreaction handled in probably the worst way you could have handled this if you're a comedian. But let me know. Leave a comment.
I wouldn't.
Peace.
I wouldn't say it was worse than that other lady that was throwing stuff. Like, that was by far worse, but yeah, hers was by far the most deranged, like, just, I guess, reaction and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things. Oh, there's like a video she responded to the backlash. Yeah, because it's like the way that she's carrying on, it's like, lady, it is not that deep. Relax. You are okay. But yeah, it's something where, maybe one day she'll realize that it's, yeah. Do you know it would be crazy though? Like, let's say she's doing the stand-up comedy thing and she sees that guy in the crowd again. It's like, lady, if you see that guy in the crowd again, that time around, apologize. Like, and he might apologize himself, but if not, at least you apologize and you can move on with your life. But I guarantee and I promise you, she sits down and she thinks about, like, dang, I did not handle myself well in that situation. It's like, no, you didn't, lady. You definitely got some problems. But anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Xenoshot for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.